WrestleCon. I have no involvement saying anything to WrestleCon about any of that. So I don't know where he assumed that it was me.
Mm-hmm. But
I will say, I know that it's him because I guess John Smithers, or whatever this guy is a friend of Rob's.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that John Smithers of Steel Cage and Rob Hochman are absolutely know each other.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And I'll tell you, Brooke and Rebel were there under Steel Cage signings things, and who did Rebel and Brooke book through? They booked it through me, and who did I book them with? I booked them with Rob.
Okay, and Brooke would have been last year then.
But I'm talking about Orlando.
Okay, and this year Steel Cage brought in Rebel, Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth. Right. Now I mentioned that to Rob. I said Steel Cage was the one that brought in Rebel and brought in James Ellsworth, and he said, they also brought in Summer Rae. How would he have known that if he has no idea who they are and who runs them?
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense.
So, trying to get, both sides of the story here, and, some of the things that he said last week kind of, red flagged a little, and, I made a promise that I wasn't going to start an argument on the air with the guy because, he is friends with Dave Mooch, and we are friends with Dave, and,
yes.
I don't want to cause friction.
I'm not arguing, I'm just stating the facts are the facts.
But the couple of the red flags, how did he reach out to you via email if he has no idea who you are? How did he get that email? Was it a Facebook message or a Twitter message? But again, if it was a Twitter message, that means he had to be following you to direct message you on Twitter, because you can't do that unless you're following each other. But why would you follow anybody that you don't know? So
exactly,
some of the things that don't make sense. How did you know Summer Rae was with Steel Cage signings? You said you didn't know him, you don't know who he is, but you knew exactly who their talent was.
And here's the other red flag. I don't know if you're going to get into it or not. How did he know that Ellsworth got screwed over by Mike Dickinson?
I don't know. I'm guessing that Steel Cage signings orchestrated that party that Ellsworth was part of, and
of course,
okay.
Rob booked him probably for Mike or whatever the case may be, and Rob was retweeting the party like crazy. And when apparently all these accusations came out that Steel Cage was banded, the tweets were deleted.
Okay, so let me repeat this, see if I follow. Okay, Ellsworth was booked for that party, regardless of by whom, and Rob was promoting it.
Yes.
So he was promoting a party for a talent working with somebody he doesn't know.
Supposedly.
And James Ellsworth, who he's never worked with before.
Yes.
Okay. So that's another red
doesn't
flag.
Make sense.
Well, it's another red flag rising up the pole. And then you're saying that after all this came out and WrestleCon started questioning Steel Cage and Steel Cage started contacting Rob, all the tweets regarding that party disappeared off Rob's Twitter.
All of it was gone.
That's a little weird. I don't know.
But as far as me ratting, or he's claiming that I'm ratting him out to WrestleCon, I did not.
Well,
as much as I would have loved to have done that.
At this point, why? Why would you? One, and two, only thing WrestleCon has to do is put two and two together, and they can figure it out for themselves that they absolutely know each other.
Oh, they're 2-1 on the same.
So I mean, John Smith is a real person, though.
Oh, he is a real person.
Right.
He's just,
He's friends with Rob, even though they're denying it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and of course I invite John Smithers of Steel Cage Signings to give us a call or contact me via email, and let's hear what you got to say, because, like I said, we only deal with facts, and we only deal with what we have, and the facts are that the talent said they booked for Rob. Okay, and Rob didn't bring them in because he's banned from WrestleCon. Steel Cage did. So how are they booked with one promoter but working with another promoter that claim they don't know each other? So that's probably the brightest red flag of them all. Then the emails and the messages of two guys that don't know each other, but yet they found each other. How would you know? How would you know this? And then you knew that Summer Rae was working with Steel Cage when you said you didn't know anything about Steel Cage or who they have. And then the promoting of James Ellsworth for a party that you supposedly don't know anything about the booker, and then the disappearance of these tweets after the allegations have been brought public. So a lot of this is a little weird, and where Rob had his gripes last week, and put all the blame on you. Now it's it's a 180 degrees now, and it looks like that Rob is getting caught somehow. He's getting himself caught in a lie or something.
He's in a pickle.
So
apparently whenever that Steel Cage got thrown out last week or whatever or whatnot, all of a sudden I get a text from him and moaning and groaning and about did I say anything? Did I open my mouth? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I work. I have a regular full-time job. I work all day. I'm not by the computer. I'm not anywhere. I'm working. I have a job. I have to make a living.
Right.
So when do I have time to do any of this?
Well, I also got to say, like this, when you're banned from a major convention, and I'm going to say that WrestleCon is probably the number one convention in the United States when it comes to wrestling. No insults meant to WrestleCade. I know they're a very huge one as well, but this is WrestleCon week, WrestleMania weekend that this is done. Now, if you're banned from there, you had to do something pretty stupid. And I don't even care what he did and how long ago. That has nothing to do with the story. Okay? But there are going to be other promoters there that know you're banned, that know you're not supposed to be there and you're not supposed to be involved in bookings or even being by a table, working the table. So it could be anybody.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's claiming, they sent text messages, blah, 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 blah. I asked him flat out, did you see pictures or did you see conversations? And he said that he didn't see either one. So it's only speculation if these text messages actually are real.
Yeah, he's just assuming that it's me.
Right, because he knows he sent you a text message threatening you, so he's assuming that's what the case is.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
And then I'd like to know, one thing, what talent is he talking to? Because who in their right mind? Why am I going to go to talent and talk to them about him?
Well, he claimed Dave Hero, and he said Eric Sims called him as well.
Okay, but let me stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
I did talk to Dave, because I was going to go to his shenanigans party Friday night, and I did say, I said, look, do me a favor, if Rob shows up, just have him keep his distance from me. I really don't want to start something in a public place. It's your party, and I want to keep the peace.
Right.
That's all that was said to Dave.
Okay. What about? I mean, not that you didn't make it seem like Sims was like a funny enough. I guess you made a post and Sims called up and asked him what he did to you that you were pissed off. So.
Say that one more time. I didn't hear what you said.
His claim that he said that Sims called him and said, what'd you do to Richie? He's complaining. So I guess
I haven't even talked to Sims.
Well, I'm just saying. I think it was a post that you put on Facebook.
could have been talking about anybody.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man.
I don't know either, but I haven't even spoken to Sims at all.
Okay. So, here's one question I'm going to ask you flat out. I mean, you already answered it, but I'm going to ask you flat out. Did you send WrestleCon any messages, photos, text messages, or anything to try to make it seem that Rob Hochman was working with Steel Cage?
No, not at all.
Okay. Now, he also claimed that he was only there for a couple of minutes, that he went in there to say hello to Dave Hero, get tickets, and he took a picture with Lita and Trish, and he left. Who would pay to get in just to walk in and say hi to somebody to get tickets and then stand online to wait for Trish and Lita photos if they weren't hanging around the convention?
I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't.
I mean, he could have just went to the bar and got the tickets from Dave Hero at the bar.
And especially that Dave was staying at the hotel, so he could have met up with Dave anytime.
Right. So you think that it's more of it, he wanted to be seen? He wanted to start some trouble?
Man, who knows? I didn't see him personally, so...
I didn't see him. I was told he was there, and I was told that he was standing by Steel Cage's table.
I don't deny. It wouldn't shock me at all.
So that's what I was told. I'm not going to say by whom. It doesn't matter, but that's what I was told. So that's why it didn't surprise me when all this started. You know, of course, if you're not supposed to be there, you're not supposed to be there. So why are you going to buy a ticket to get in when you know you're not supposed to be there?
I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. If I had no involvement with any convention, if I was banned somewhere, I wouldn't be anywhere near it.
No, because it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
You know, you're walking around, everybody knows you're banned and you can't do business there. So why? I don't understand why you would be there.
Exactly.
But all right. I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't really have any. I mean, there wasn't really much more he said other than him trying to find reasons why he thought you did it, and you kind of explained your side of it. If I was asked if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, what's your opinion?" Judging by conversations with him, conversations with you, not knowing Steel Cage signings, but knowing the talent that they brought in, and hearing what I heard from numerous people, I think the two of them know each other. Absolutely.
1,000%.
So, as far
he's
as
backed in a corner right now, and he does not know what to do, and now he's trying to throw the blame on me when I have absolutely nothing to do with this. He just assumes that it's me.
Like I said to him, I said, maybe, the two of you need to sit down in a room together, and you guys just need to get it all out on the table and fucking squash this shit, and enough's enough. Because
I don't want to even talk to him.
But your paths are going to cross. They're going to cross a big event. They're going to cross at other conventions that he decides that he wants to go to.
Like, listen, then if our paths cross, then so be it. But I don't want no interaction with him at all. Nothing.
All right.
I said what I had to say. I did it just because it's you and your show, and he came on and spewed out some lies last week, and...
All right, so what's this whole thing? All right, what's this whole thing that he claims about you saying something about his mother, or what the hell is that all about?
Remember when we had the show when we were talking about him screwing you out of Gorgeous George?
Right, that was March's signing, so it had to be probably February at some time.
That was January. It was
it was in January.
It was the beginning of the year. Because then we were talking about the Mike Dickinson thing.
Right. Okay.
Thing with the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. How ironic.
Yeah, how ironic. That guy screwed him over anyway.
Yeah. Remember